When you park your car in front of the house, the act of shutting the engine off takes less than a second. It is simple. One turn of the key, and everything sinks into silence. That action marks the end of a trip. But try stepping into an interstate truck stop in the early morning. In the freezing air, you will see dozens of giant machines sitting still. From a distance, they look as if they are sleeping, but their engines are still rumbling. Many people think it is absurd waste, or that the driver simply forgot to shut the engine off. The truth is, with a long-haul tractor, the OFF button does not merely cut the engine, it also cuts the heat, the driver's survival power supply, and sometimes triggers a costly chain of risk for the cargo behind it. The right question is not, why not shut it off? It is, what happens immediately after that machine goes quiet? In a passenger car, shutting the engine off is the ending. With a truck, it may be the moment trouble begins. Welcome to Everyday Things Explained. A truck is not parked. It's paused. From the outside, people often think the truck is resting. But it is not stopped. It is only paused. A semi-truck is not just a vehicle. Behind the driver's seat is an independent sleeper cabin. This is a miniature home where the driver sleeps, eats, charges devices, and recovers energy. In the United States, the FMCSA strictly limits driving hours. Drivers are required to take a continuous 10-hour break to sleep. This is mandatory road safety law. So, the cabin must maintain temperature, electricity, and stability for many hours. The truck is like a survival station, mounted on 18 wheels. And the law of physics is simple. A survival station needs energy. The 70-year-old habit. To understand why this survival station burns so much fuel, we have to go back to the 1950s, when the American interstate highway system took shape. Suddenly, routes stretched almost endlessly across desert and wilderness. Sleeper cabs appeared, turning trucks into homes. But diesel engines of that era were a winter nightmare. Cold starts were so difficult that at night, mechanics had to drain oil from the engine, bring it inside to warm it, then struggle the next morning to pour it back in, just to start the machine. Compared with that ordeal, letting the engine run all night was a game-changing invention. And this habit sank deep into trucking culture, becoming the default for the past 70 years. The first hour after shutdown. What happens if the key is turned and the engine is fully shut down? At the 0-minute mark, the parking lot becomes quiet. This choice looks right. But 20 to 30 minutes later, reality knocks. A truck cabin is a metal box without thick insulation. In cold regions like Wyoming, the glass fogs over and the temperature drops fast. In Texas, the cabin immediately becomes a trapped heat box. 2 hours later, the auxiliary electrical system becomes overloaded. Without an outside power source, electricity does not only charge a phone, it powers the fan, the lights, the heater. The batteries drain fast. During the night, the survival line becomes visible. Many drivers use a CPAP machine while sleeping, a medical breathing support device. Without the engine, the CPAP machine is useless. Diesel doesn't wake up like a car. The next problem lies inside the engine. Restarting a diesel engine is not as simple as a gasoline car using an electric spark. A diesel engine compresses air so tightly that it ignites the fuel by pressure. This process absolutely hates the cold. When the temperature drops, engine oil thickens, moving slowly like honey. Poor lubrication makes metal parts grind against each other with brutal friction. Even more dangerous, diesel fuel can gel tea, turning into wax that clogs the lines. When it gets too cold, the truck batteries also lose power. Shutting the engine off once usually does not destroy it immediately. but repeated cold starts can quickly turn a driver's morning into an expensive rescue call. The trailer may be working too. The engine noise in a parking lot does not only come from the tractor. Behind the truck may be a reefer, a specialized refrigerated trailer. A refrigerated trailer does not depend on the main engine. It has its own cooling system, temperature sensors, and independent power source to maintain temperature, even when the tractor is shut off. The cargo inside may be ice cream, medical kits, fresh flowers, or expensive meat and fish. A refrigerated trailer does not care that it is midnight. It only cares whether the temperature has crossed the limit. The noise may be the cooling unit switching on to protect thousands of dollars in cargo. The better answer exists. It just costs money. Keeping the engine running continuously really is expensive and polluting. According to the data, a heavy-duty engine consumes about 0.8 gallons of diesel for every hour of idling. The cost adds up fast. Alternatives already exist. The most common is the APU, an auxiliary power unit. It supplies electricity, heating, and cabin cooling independently. Another solution is outdoor plug-in power at truck parking lots. Modern fleets use software to track idle time. In the future, electric trucks will completely change this equation. But the main obstacle is money. An APU unit can cost more than $10,000. The problem is not that drivers are too lazy to shut the engine off. The problem is that the system needs cheaper options in enough parking lots. The shut-off button on a tractor is not a destruction button, but it is not as simple as the one in a passenger car. It is the intersection of driver sleep, diesel chemistry, cargo temperature, fuel cost, and parking lot infrastructure that we rarely see. The next time you see a semi-truck idling while standing still, maybe it is not being lazy at all. It is trying to keep one part of the modern world from going cold. And if a refrigerated trailer keeps ice cream frozen across thousands of miles, the stranger question is this: how does it know when to cool, when to stop, and who pays if the temperature shifts by just a few degrees? In other words, your home refrigerator has a more stable life than the sleep schedule of a long-haul driver. Thank you for watching Everyday Things Explained. See you in the next video.